What's going on YouTube? Thanks for tuning into the channel. It's your boy Devin Coates. I'm coming to you with another book review, but it's not just any book review. If you haven't already, download the Get Right Starter Kit. If you haven't already, it's completely free, a lot of information, show you where my mind's at, and also it'll help you to get started on designing a lifestyle of design and intent. So I just wanted to jump right into my favorite book of all time, Mastery by Robert Greene. A little bit messy behind me, got some things going on, but I've actually reread this book. I've never listened to it on audio, only really read it, and that kind of goes for most of his books. I have about like 15 pages of notes, so I took a very deep dive, and I got a lot more planned for this. Really what I want to kind of just start here is what this book is all about. So this book is really about finding your life's task and becoming a master in whatever field or whatever particular inclination you have. That is really like the gist of it. So it's very much like The Secret, except it's very practical. It kind of puts a lot of tangible things into something as you know, kind of in the ether as The Secret, in the way that it's explained in that movie. I think it's a book as well, but basically he goes through 6 different steps that you have to do to master anything, uses a ton of historical accounts ranging from anywhere in the world to any period of time. So it's really also great in terms of a lot of these people you'll have heard about. I know if you're definitely from America, you've heard of like the Wright brothers, Thomas Edison, other people you haven't, like Michael Faraday, or if you're into tech, Paul Graham, Temple Grandin. A lot of people that, you know, despite certain odds or going on a kind of roundabout path, have been able to, one, find out what they want, what their life's task was, their calling in life, also follow it despite being unconventional, and then achieve the end desire of mastery, which kind of foreshadowing something that it seems like you want to keep renewing, you want to keep kind of striving for and moving forward with. So here I really just wanted to kind of lay the outline of what I'm going to do. So taking the 48 days with the 48 laws is kind of a blueprint. I want to kind of split this up. I'm going to split it into 3 different videos, explaining the beginning, so discovering your calling and submitting to reality. So that's really how to find your life's task, and then how to go into the correct apprenticeship to develop it. Then moving on to absorbing the master's power and seeing people as they are. So then at the next point, it's really how do you learn what you need to learn in your apprenticeship, and then also how do you gain the correct social intelligence, so when you go out on your own, you're able to maneuver socially, because everything is in context socially. Everything is in context, so you need to master that as well. And Benjamin Franklin is another one that goes through, especially in the social intelligence. And then the last portion is awaken the dimensional mind, and then fuse the intuitive with the rational. So you've already completed your apprenticeship, you know what your calling is. So awakening the dimensional mind, how do you get into this creative and active phase where you're actually producing products, you're actually producing your own work and working on your own, and combining everything you've learned through your life up to this point, and then fusing the intuitive with the rational. Now that you've been producing for 10,000 hours or so, you know, how do you take everything and really kind of combine all of the meticulous skills that you built with what you really started with, the intuitive, really what kind of drove everything from the beginning. And he talks a lot about this life force, and it's not really even him talking about it. It's almost like he connects all these masters that have all talked about this life force that's driving you and gnawing at you to make certain decisions and move in a particular way. So that is really what mastery is all about. It's about discovering your calling, then going into the correct apprenticeship. You also need to make sure that you understand the social game, so when you go out on your own, you can maneuver through the political games that you're inevitably going to run into. and then how do you start to gain the confidence and gain the self-reliance to start producing your work on your own. And then after you've been producing it, how do you take it to that next level where sports players talk about the game slowing down, being able to see things in a whole different realm. So I'm going to split it over 3 different videos that I'm going to put out, kind of just the beginning, the middle, and the end, since it's nicely laid out in 6 different categories. I'm also going to have a deeper thing that I want to write physically as almost a reference. So if you have the book, you read it once, instead of having to scour through what everything is, I'm going to have everything really broken down, and that is really what all these notes are designed to break down, is get into written format, a way where you have a quick guide where you can almost devour the book over and over, instead of having to read, because this is a little bit dense if you're not an advanced reader, which I don't even really consider myself that advanced, and it took me a little bit to finish all this. But that's what it is. If you haven't downloaded the Get Right Starter Kit, download that. It's in the link below in the description. It'll show you how to get started on creating a lifestyle of your design, creating routines in the morning and night for success, and then also how do you take your game to that next level. Also, watching the upcoming videos on this will really kind of help you as well, since this is really the basis of really what I've done in the last 4 years. The first time I read this book was 4 years ago when I was 21, and kind of ironically was towards the summer, and it really changed my outlook on my life in general, and kind of has helped propel me on this path that I've been on for the last couple years. And it's kind of cool to revisit a book that had such an impact and think about what I was thinking, how I absorbed things then, and how I'm absorbing and interpreting things now. But don't want to make this too long. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Download the Get Right Starter Kit. It's right in the link in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, you know what it is. And you can dislike if you didn't like the video. I like any feedback I can get. It's your boy Devin Coates. Peace out.